Alright, welcome back. We are now starting our journeys at North Station from here forward until we finish this line. So, last time I already explored North Station, so I'm not going to go into that again. You can check out the previous video in episode 10 if you want to see me explore North Station and the shuttle to it. But today we are going to be focusing on the Fitchburg line. So, from here forward, we will be heading out. And of course it is now snowing, so let me turn that off because it's just going to be annoying. We're good to go. So, time to head out on the Fitchburg line. So, we carry forward with the Downeaster line and Lowell branch here for a little bit until we split off. Up ahead's our first station. You'll be able to see another one over there in the distance. So here is Porter. It's a pretty simple station if you just consider the commuter rail portion of it. So in the outdoor portion, we have just a little sheltered area with a low-level platform extending out a pretty good distance. This is scaled down quite a bit, but I decided, just to keep it pretty simple, generally speaking. So we have the first overhead structure part of it here. I believe this is where a road would go or a walkway, maybe another building. And then they have the high-level boarding platform at the end of the station, heading outbound, where we can board the train. And then, of course, on the other side in the middle, which this is a split platform in real life, but of course there's only one track, so I only built one side of it. Just put the wall in. Come up here. Here's a little waiting area up at street level in real life, but of course I had to elevate it a little further than ground level to make it realistic, or to make it built into the terrain. So, got a little sign here directing you to the trains, a little waiting area, and you just come outside. And out here you have a staircase leading down to the actual ground. And of course some snow to accompany from all the snowfall. And on this side, another one leading down to the snow and ice. So yeah, Porter, pretty simple. Nothing too crazy. Got a little aerial view of it. In real life, there is a lot more to it because of the red line, but I did not put the red line in there, so just left it as is. Okay, now we're coming up on our next stop of Belmont. So this one, I'm kind of proud of the way I made the side here, because if you have ever been to Belmont, you'll know that there's some kind of darker pattern among the lighter walls of the building. So that'll give that signature look. Did my best to recreate it, but it's all low-level platform. You have an entrance on one side. In the game, I had it go down to an under walkway here. Just like in real life, it does have a bridge that it goes over. So just put that in there. Made it a little worse for the wear since it's in a water biome in Minecraft. So here's the front of it. It is a little more elevated than it should be proportionately, so this does look a little more elongated. But generally speaking, this is the lay of the land, the look of the building. So you have an entrance over here where you can go up the stairs and make it to the platform, and here's a little bridge that we go over. This side's a little longer than the inbound side in that direction. And then the rest of it is just kind of sitting along the edge of the building here. But there are some things in the building, I always try to not only make the exteriors, but also the interiors if I can. I don't know entirely what's in here, but just based on the layout, I just decided to make it into a kind of a weird little restaurant. So you come up the stairs to the little meeting area, or gathering area, I guess. You got some tables to stand at, and up here we have a bar. And in the bar, I believe I put some potions. Yep, so you can drink. A little roof, kind of odd looking, but it's kind of a little cool hangout. Just come up here, whatever. And lastly, on the underside, we have Easter plants and flowers. At least the last when I made this, that's what it was. So what I decided to do is I just put a bunch of flowers in here, and a glass that looks down onto the shallow waters beneath, and then over here kind of acts as a fishing hole. You got one there, got one here. If you wanted to go in for a little dip, you could. You just won't be able to get back out. You have to swim underneath and get out that way. So, yep. cool little thing. And just to add the kind of greenhouse effect, I put in this this block that drips water. At least that's what I think it's doing. It's dripping water. But yeah, I think it's the crying obsidian is what this is. So crying would imply water. So that's what keeps the plants alive, even though they don't really need it in the game. But, you know, just for logic's sake, I did it that way. So, yep. That is Belmont. Get a little 3D circular shot of it there. Alright, and moving on. Alright, so coming up next here is one of the easiest ones to make. This was Waverley. So, not the scale, and flawed by design overall, but generally speaking, when you come down to it, this is what it looks like. In real life, there's, you know, this is below ground level, or street level, I should say. So, you come down to it from up above. So, at the least I could do was, you know, put it in between two higher land masses and have it come in from there, so you can just kind of, you know, walk down onto the platform or walk up from the platform onto the elevated land here. But yeah, it's just a, you know, an overpass on the bridge, and you climb down here. There's a little shelter, and it's all low-level platform. So yeah, that's pretty simple. Waverley is not too complicated. I could have made it maybe a little better by putting in a stone wall to, you know, make it more inaccessible from the side, but it's already ground level in the game. I figured I might as well just leave it open. Maybe I'll add the wall in to make it look better next time, and if I do, I will let you guys know in an update. Alright, and here is Waltham. So this has a couple sections to it. So this is the facing outbound, of course. We just came. We got the little building right here, which is a police station of sorts. So I kept it, you know, very simple. Just close these doors so things don't get in. But yep, generally speaking, I just, you know, made it like this, where you could be a cop, come back here, and, you know, through the bars, speak to people. You cannot get in from this door here. It's just pressure plated for you to get out. Same right here. You can only pressure plate to get out. You have to know that the button's there from looking. So yep, no access on this portion very easily, but you have to come over here and climb up on the side. And there's also a way to get in from the higher terrain up here. You walk down onto the platform through this little mini cave, and then you're on the station. Just like that. So first part of the platform here, you know, we have the wooden raised platform for boarding on one side of the street. So this will be the first one looking down towards that railroad crossing, and then there'll be another railroad crossing right here. So I just put some dirt and flowers with a little path to walk around on. And then you come to the second portion of the platform here. Another wooden platform raised up. Same look overall, you know, just a little further down the track, basically. So yeah, let's get a little aerial shot. Yep, so that is Waltham. Alright, coming up next here is Brandeis Roberts, or Brandeis Roberts. So, Brandeis University, you know, I think that's how you pronounce it. But, yep, regardless, it's a pretty simple station. You got the two high-level platforms pretty much symmetrical with each other. They have a wooden base to them. So, from here you go to North Station, that side you go to Wachusett. Low-level platform rest of the time. Got another little shelter on the inbound side down the platform, so just kind of slap that in there. Otherwise, pretty basic. Nothing much to really talk about. I just added in those little staircases on the side so that you can get up and down the platform from the land. And finally, way out over the ocean, we come up to Weston, Massachusetts, where Kendal Green is. So this one I had to get a little more creative with in order to pick a spot, because we're so far over the ocean at this point that I was just like, okay, we need to put a station somewhere. We do eventually come back to land, don't worry, but here is the little station building that is situated there. So this is where the railroad crossing would be. So you can just kind of wait over here underneath the overhang of the house, I think is what it is. I don't really know what's in there. But, yep, pretty much this is all there really is to it. You know, if you've ever been here, you know what it looks like. You know, you got the little overhang, the wall sticks out. The fence blocks you from getting into the house on the front, but if you go around the back, you can go in. I don't actually know what's here. I don't know if it's someone's house or not, so I just made it into a makeshift old school waiting area. You know, there's not really much to it. If anyone knows what's in there, let me know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then you know, it's fenced off for the rest of the way down the platform until you get to the end, and then you're in the woods on that side. Only one platform, but I decided to make a staircase that leads down to the ocean over here. And then you can just jump right in and go down to the drowned household. I believe that's what this is. Drowned castle. I'm not a huge Minecraft expert, but all I know is that this is where you can go down and see those mobs. But I'm on peaceful, so you won't see them. And onward. Actually, let's get one more look at it on the top. Now onward. And up ahead we finally have Land Ho. So here's Hastings. The only way to really make this one was to put down a bunch of gravel and label it on what is basically the electronic box for the railroad crossing. That's the only defining feature of it, aside from the gravel. So, you know, the trains don't stop here anymore. Used to be a stop, but, you know, it still technically is on the map. So I made it, and it's going to stay. But yeah, I just put a couple lights on it and made a staircase that goes down to this little island. So basically Hastings is a private island in Minecraft. Now we're coming up on Silver Hill. So this one I did have to modify some land a little bit. And by modify land, I mean make my own land. So here, the platform is basically mostly gravel. And you have this one little shelter when you come down the stairs. So you come over here, there's the stairs. Go up the stairs, this is where the parking lot would be. So I just put some more gravel there. There's only really one light, and it's on the bridge at the end of the platform. The rest of the station is actually dark in real life. There is no light, so if you ever go there at night, it's pretty spooky. But yep, if you have ever been here, this should look semi-familiar. You know, got the land going up to the parking lot on the end. This is where the bridge would be. Not going to make it because it won't go anywhere. But yep, so go over here, there's a bridge. Here's your little waiting area / shelter. You can look at it from down here. I was actually very impressed with myself for this one because I looked at it and I'm like, there's no doubt in my mind that's Silver Hill. So I'm happy I was able to make it look pretty good. So, yep, Silver Hill, put the little sign here so you know where to go. Wachusett that way, North Station that way. And lastly, I put a little ladder that goes down to this here. So like with Kendal Green, it goes down to one of those little drowned kingdoms. And also I added a walkway that brings you over to the nearest landmass so that you can have another private island that's much larger than Hastings. So this is a far superior private island, to call it Silver Hill. At least it has a hill. So yep, that's Silver Hill. I'm realizing the irony of making the Fitchburg line so long because it is actually one of the longer lines on the MBTA. Thing is, the direction I went for this one just took me over so much ocean. So now we're finally back to land, and we are coming up on Lincoln. So I decided to divert the track a little bit to the left so I wasn't going through the village. But I did decide to make the Lincoln station at a village just because it's at a village. So we can have it be like the Lincoln Township, essentially. So starting off on this end of the platform, you know, we're up against this this building here. I'll go into it in a second. But there's two sections of the platform, just like at Waltham. So apparently cows spawned up here because of the grass, maybe, or they went up the stairs. I don't know. But yeah, they probably went up the stairs. Okay, so yep, it's separated here. There's a railroad crossing, and then you go across some grass and a walkway, and then you come up to the second portion of the platform, which doesn't really have anything on it. It's just another piece of the low-level platform. It probably used to be the old boarding area, and then they made the new one over there. That's probably what happened. But yeah, and then over here, you know, just a parking lot, so I fenced it off. You can walk on it. Doesn't go anywhere, but the stairs, at least right here, lead down to the village. And basically, I'm like Walmart. I came into the local area and put in a building for people to go to instead of the villagers. So, on the left here, you have a haircut place. So I just, you know, put in the little desks for coming in and checking in, and then you have the seats and mirrors for you to get your haircut, and then a little exit door. Yeah, it just keeps ringing on me here. And over here, you have the Bella 2 Salon. Come in, check in. Just put some buckets, some cauldrons, you know, for you to get your hair done. And then finally, over here, we have the Jornson family dentistry. There were a couple pictures of that for real online, so I was able to somewhat recreate it on the inside. Let me just turn the weather off real quick, because that's going to be annoying. So yeah, you come up here, you got the waiting area. The front desk, and then in the back over here, you just have a couple of dental rooms, so I just put a bed there, seat there, and same on this side, just to represent like the dentist chair. So yeah, nothing too crazy. Took me a bit though. I had to like figure out the layout of this building and you know what it looked like. So here's a little more of a outer view of it. Yeah, I just realized there's really not too much shelter at Lincoln. I guess your best shot would be to wait underneath here until you hear the train come in and then go over here and lean up against the building. But yep, Lincoln. Nothing too crazy. So Lincoln is where I had it built out to for quite a while, and then I stopped because I got to Concord and I was like, ugh, I don't want to make all this. So here's Concord. Concord, unfortunately, I did have to make kind of a good portion of the town here just to get the look of it correct. So this one took a while, which is why I stopped for a bit because I got lazy. But luckily I finished it, and Wakefield's the same way, so that's going to be a little bit before I finish Wakefield. But yeah, so if you've been to Concord, this should be somewhat familiar. I just put the paintings up there to represent the artwork that's on the building, although obviously that's not what it is for real. But yeah, on this side, the outbound platform, you just have, you know, this little waiting area, another glass one. I might modify that to look a little better like I did in Route 128. Because that looks just stupid from me looking at it now. But yeah, so anyway, we'll start at the other end of the platform here. So we have this little brick building. So, go inside. I believe this is a gas station. Yes, this is a gas station. Is this Cumberland Farms? Yes, it is. Cumberland Farms. So, yep, I just made those for the gas pumps. Out here is the, you know, the ice machine where you can get your ice. You walk in, you know, we got the counter, got some chests for food. This is the freezers and fridge. So, yeah, nothing too crazy with that. It's just Cumbies. And then you come over here, and this building got a little more interesting. I had to figure out what was going on in this. So, basically, it's just a variety of crap, I guess. So you come in here, and this is kind of like, it says Juju on the front, but I saw some internal pictures. It almost kind of looked like a library or a waiting area. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what's in here. If it's completely wrong, that's fine. Like I said, a lot of what I make that I'm not aware of, I kind of turn it into my own little thing. So therefore, even if it's not completely realistic, at least I got the external factors correct and the stuff that matters. But, you know, the more private stuff that's you know, more related to the stores, I don't always get it right, and that's fine. So I just put a little attic up here for you to like kind of just cozily hang out. Got some armor ready to go, some gold armor. So that's the front of that right here. And then over here is the Concord Optica. So this is like an eye doctor. So in here I just, you know, put in some wood because I don't really know what's in here. You know, there's probably a waiting room or something. You know, I tried to mock the floor from what I thought it would look like. You know, it comes in on the side. If you ever see it on Street View, if you've been there in person, you know the general look of it. And then on the side here, we have some stairs that go up to the top. So I don't know what's here. I just decided to make it into a like mini studio apartment where you got, you know, your cookers, your crafting table, and a bed to sleep in. Oops, didn't mean to sleep in that. And right there's your little nightstand. So yeah, you can look over onto the tracks from that. Heading on to the other side of the building. I don't know what this is really, so I just made another little studio apartment downstairs living, and then I put another one upstairs. So kind of like you have the upstairs bed, downstairs bed. Should probably put a railing there. Safety first, of course. Can't have anyone falling. That would be like half a heart of damage. There we go. I knew I was forgetting something. Okay, yep, there we go. Perfect. So you got the upstairs room, downstairs room. So you have a roommate if you want. This side does not have a staircase leading up, but it does have some yellow coloring on the building, so I wanted to make that as realistic as I could. And then, of course, you have the side of it that we already looked at for the station. So, got the Concord Depot, is basically what it's called, so makes sense that in there would be turned into a library. I don't know what Juju is, maybe that's a consignment shop, I forget. Should have, you know, looked at that before making the video, but whatever. I did look at it while I was making it, and decided to go with what I did. So, yep, there's the main building for Concord Depot. So that's the one that matters the most. And then you come down here a little more, just put the, you know, label of the station and what direction you're going on this side. This building's a little older, so it looks a little more raggedy, but it is an ice cream shop, Bedford Farms, you know, so you have your little front porch here. You come up to the building, you can go inside. You know, I got some tinted windows looking out onto the platform and some seating areas, and here's your front desk where you can buy the ice cream and a chest full of some snow and ice, you know, just to represent ice cream. And lastly, we come over here and we have the UPS store. So in here, I just, you know, put in the carpet, put a few shulker boxes there because they look like actual packing boxes, and it's raining again. So yeah, just kind of mimicked what I saw from many pictures online of what it looked like. So got the counter. This is where you would, like, you know, sign your documents, you know, get your packages. So that's the UPS store. So yep, that's that side, and then we come over here to Sorrento's Brick Oven Pizzeria. So this is an actual restaurant. Come in, here's a counter, the door into the kitchen, door leading to the outside on the back of Concord. This is where the dumpster would be, I believe. But yeah, if you've ever been to Concord, over here is the second railroad crossing. You won't be able to go in to the back of this building from here. It's all fenced off. Railroad crossing would be right there. I'll get one more look at that in a minute. So, yep, got the ovens, got the counters, got the chest for the food. Little swivel door there. The door to the kitchen, I'll close that. No one's allowed back there. 2 exits to this building. On the side over here. Oh yeah, this is where the garbage was. This is the dumpster right there. That's where it is. I forgot to put that. Forgot to show that. So yeah, just open this, go outside, hit it again, come back in. So yeah, that pretty much sums up Concord. We turn the weather to clear in just another second here. Keeps storming on me. And of course, the only way to get to the platform is to join it from the land over here, which there is a nice little village that you can come from. Yep, so that took a while. A lot of going back and forth between Google Maps to make sure I got the you know, the building features correct, and I still didn't get it completely correct. It's very difficult to scale this stuff looking at the back and the front at the same time, because you gotta line it all up, make sure it's in the right position and all that stuff. So I put in a good amount of work to it, and I'm proud of it. Happy that it's done. Looks good. So I'll get a little aerial shot of the town here. And onward. Alright, up next here we have West Concord. It's in a snow biome, so we're going to have snow on the platform. So the outbound side has a little more of a platform due to it being next to a parking lot, so I decided to expand it. At the end, though, either way, we have the 2 high-level platforms. You got the railroad crossing that would be right here, and another pedestrian crossing that would be right here, I believe. I believe it's on. It might be on the other side, actually. I'm not sure. But either way, this is what it looks like. So, yep, 2 level platforms. Look down over here, and then we have our little station building. So this one took a little bit to make because I had to figure out the exact scaling of it. It had a lot of weird design to it. But anyway, it's kind of broken off into 2 pieces. You know, you can go between the building right here. And you can get into this little space right here. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a waiting area. Maybe it's a mini ATM. I don't know. But anyway, here we have the Club Car Cafe breakfast and lunch. So you come in here. You got your, you know, your little, this is your ticket counter or ordering counter. Take a seat anywhere. You know, you got the tables and chairs. And over here, you know, you got your kitchen, and then you have the women's bathroom in the back, I'm assuming, is what's over here, and the men's bathroom right here. So yeah, should probably leave the doors open to let people know that they're unoccupied. Can't have that. Alright. Yep, so, wait, did I... Hang on. What did I do here? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, there was some weird designs here in the building. So this is part of the scaling I couldn't figure out. This is supposed to look down into, you know, the restaurant, so I just kind of have it connected like that. It's dumb, but it works. You know, it's whatever. It's there. Doesn't really impact the overall look of the outside that much. So that's the important part. Yep. So that's the West Concord little building here. Do a little sweep around it. So the way to get up is you come down here, down onto this little platform, and then it leads across the ice. So this is not the most easily accessible platform, and it's not really around much. But, you know, it puts you on an ice biome at least, and you can walk over to the land. But, you know, this is where it is. So, a little aerial shot. And onward. Alright, so this is one of the more fun ones. So this is South Acton. When I visited the station, I really liked this location just because of the way it looked. You know, it's in the woods. It's got 2 platforms, 2 tracks. And, you know, it's got a really cool overhead structure. You know, that was fun to have off in the distance while filming. So, got the platform with the shelter. It's all high level here. Shelter extends on both sides, ends a little sooner on the inbound. Platform extends more on the outbound over here. So you have 2 options here. You can exit this way, which takes you down here, and I believe it brings you to a bus shelter, or maybe just a parking lot shelter where you pay. Not entirely sure, but either way, it's you know, it's a little shelter down at the parking lot. It's obviously not that far down, but for the sake of how I built it, that's what it is. So yep, look down the track just to get your you know, your bearings. Take a look at it. And to get to the other side, trains to North Station. Just climb the stairs here. Go overhead. And work your way back down. And this sign will tell you trains to Wachusett. Did I spell that right? Yeah. Cool. Not totally accurate to how it looks in real life, but, you know, close enough. I, you know, got the stairs going the respective directions. There is an elevator that goes down right here, and I think there's another one right here as well. I could be wrong, but I believe when I was there, I remember there's an elevator. So, but of course, I'm not making it, so I did have to expand on the stairs a little bit to, you know, fit the whole overall look, I should say. So, yep, here's a little exterior shot of it. And moving on. Alright, now we are here at Littleton, Route 495. So, it is a 2-tracked center platform, but I only made the 1 track. So I did make the, the center platform or the other yellow line just to satisfy the look of it overall. But I did fence it off instead so you don't run off and die. So I got it labeled. And here's the staircase. So in reality, what you would do is you would come from a parking lot over here, but since it's more high up, I just had it come from the land that's over here, because this is really the only way to access the platform. So if you're down here, this is the way to get up there. So got the cave. Then you can also looks up at the tracks in the cave right here. Now and then you come into the platform like that. So yep, that's how you get in. Show you the look of it from this way. So yeah, this is how it would look. You come up across the first track and then come right down into the center of the platform. And then it's sheltered most of the way, and then it goes into the open. And just like in reality, you can't board it from over here, so I added a danger no trespassing sign just for fun. And fenced it off. But if you really wanted to, and you were over here, you could always just, jump onto the fence here and go over. So, yep, this is Littleton. And onward. Alright, here is Ayer. So this is one of the easiest ones to make. It's just basically a overhead shelter on the inbound side, with the outbound side just being a plain old platform with a few lights on it. So this is your way in on this side, and of course on the other side you can just walk around, do whatever. Although in reality the inbound side leads over to a freight yard, so it's actually no trespassing on this side, ironically. But yep, either way, Ayer is very simple. Oh my goodness, it's raining again. Should probably set an interval to staying clear. But. So yeah, Ayer, very simple. Alright, and here is Shirley, a cute little station located downtown. Very small platform. Not as small as Plimptonville, but still one of the smaller ones. So all you really have here is this. It's just on the one side. It's very small. Railroad crossing would be right here. So you can come inside. Got the windows open. Couple seats to sit, and that's pretty much it. So the portion that I added to it here was a mossing of the stairs. Just because of the location, we're kind of getting into a bit of a swamp. So to kind of recreate the deterioration of the old platform, I put some moss on the structural supports and the stairs, kind of having it work its way towards the station. So it kind of gives it a little bit of a history. So, of course, it's already completed its journey on the stairs leading up to the island, and then as you get over here, it's a little more well kept, so it's not there yet. Alright, now we're coming up to one of the slightly bigger ones. This is North Leominster. I believe I'm saying that right. So, I'm proud of this one. I feel last time I was here, it captured the look pretty well. I don't think I got all the stair systems accurately, but I'll show that in a sec. So yeah, way at the end here, you have your actual high-level platform area. Looking down the track, you have a fence on the outbound side and the parking garage on the inbound side. So I'm pretty sure there's also actually a staircase here, or maybe a ramp, so I just put one here as well. Come down to the little land. So it kind of helps you cut across the river too, which is nice. You don't have to get your feet wet. So yeah, here is the parking garage. This is level 2. So we got stairs that go up to levels 3 and 4. So you can get on the platform that way pretty easy. You can also exit this way down into the garage. So this is the bus section, I believe, or the police section. I don't know. All I remember is it said no entryway when I was here. And over here is where you had to actually enter with your car. So yep, that's that side. And then over here you have this side. There's another way to get up to the first level here. And then you can go up even further. Get to level 2. And then you can take either of these staircases. If you want to take the one that has the, the window, you can do that. Go down the stairs here. Various directions. Little door to get you out. Or you can get in this way. But yeah, level 4. Didn't feel like dealing with the stairs. Level 4 is a little different. It's smaller. You look over the edge. It's actually the way it works in real life is, it has, the up and down ramps. So gradually it does get smaller, but, I don't really want to do that in the game because it doesn't look as good. So I just kept it the way I did. Made the staircase get you to where you need to go. And for the exterior, I, did my best to look at it and try to recreate the way it looks in the front. So you have that kind of bluish color towards the top of the second level. And then it changes into these kind of yellowish or, I don't know, tannish bricks. So I tried to do my best to recreate it. Put in the metal bars to give it that look. In reality, there's, the second level is supposed to be a little higher. There's a lot of things that are, minor details that just did not work out for this structure because of the way, parking garages are laid out. So I did my best. I think it looks pretty good, especially when you look at it from this direction if you've ever been here. You got the shelter, and then you got the exit there, the way to get into the parking garage there. So it all works out. Could have been worse. And moving on. Oh wait, actually, I forgot to mention something. Over here, I found probably one of the most beautiful Minecraft landscapes ever. So, what I did was I named it. I called it the 8 Lake Mountain Trail, based on how it looked. So what I did was I actually went and took the time and laid out a path here that takes you to it. So, you got your bridge going over the water. Just keep following the trail. If you lose the trail, the lights will tell you where you're going. So there's the start of the biome over there. It's got these huge mountains. I've never seen a landscape like this in Minecraft before. It must be new, or I've just never come across one. But it is gorgeous, so I just had to make a trail that led to it. Kind of like a nice little, a reason to go to North Leominster. So just keep following the trail. Eventually you make it over to here. And then it splits here. So the 8 Lake and Mountain is that way, and I called this over here the Grand Cavern because of how huge it is. I mean, look at this. This is really nice. I like the way it's laid out. It's got a bunch of water. Open spaces, plenty of mining opportunities if you wanted to play. And then up here is where the 8 Lake is. Like, look at this. This is crazy cool. I've never seen a biome like this in Minecraft. Probably if you're a more adamant player, you have. But this is just gorgeous. It's like a valley. You got huge mountains on the side. And here's why I called it 8 Lake. Because the biggest lake in the middle looks like an 8. I mean, this is absolutely massive and beautiful. And it's got the ice on it, it's just I could not pass up not being able to find this again. This is just so cool to me. You know, it's got the snow on the top. It looks awesome. Couldn't get over how beautiful it was and how I would love to just like sit down and make a house here and look at it. So there's the path. You can see it all lit up. Brings you back to North Leominster so you won't get lost. Come here, admire the views, do some fishing, you know, whatever. Goes down pretty deep there too, as you can tell. So that's awesome. So yeah, and now we will get back to the real reason you all are here. So, stopping at North Leominster, and next will be Fitchburg. Almost to the end. Alright, so here's Fitchburg. So this one was an interesting build, because I had to, you know, figure out how to lay this out and what to include, what not to include. So we'll start with the easy stuff. So at the end of the station, you know, we have this little electronics box for controlling the switches and signals, most likely. Got some sheep. So here's the station and the main station building and waiting area. So you come up to it and you got the, you know, the upper level platform and the shelter. And then over here would be a walkway that leads to the parking garage. I decided not to make the parking garage because I figured the mountains right here kind of gave it that big object next to it look. So I thought that that sufficed, essentially, especially with all the stuff I had to build over here. So here's the first building you come into. I did my best using internal imagery to figure out how this looked. So you have a little coffee shop right there. Some tables to sit at. Over here you have the bathrooms. And then here you have this long glass hallway, complete with you know, chairs to wait on, exits on the side. And then you come up to this other building over here. I don't think I actually labeled anything. But yeah, there's a little, like, you know, office right here. I believe this is for getting tickets to the Greyhound bus or some kind of bus service. And then, you know, so you got this extra waiting area over here. Another exit on the side. Like so. Oh yeah, so I also put the clock on the top of this. You know, it doesn't look as good as the real clock, but it's a clock. And then upstairs, I just put some offices. You know, so each room has like a chair, a desk lamp. These are filing cabinets. So, yep, each office is a little different. Some of them have extra chairs, a chair in front of their desk for, you know, taking clients. You know, just telling a little story with each one. And then here's a supply closet. I just put a bunch of boxes to make it look like, you know, they're storing things in here. And last one. This is the best office in my opinion. And then back downstairs. Oh my goodness, it's raining again. Alright, I'll turn that off and then we'll take a look at the exterior a little bit. Rain is done, so get a little look at the exterior. Got a clock on top of that one as well. So there is more to it than what I have built. But that's because a lot of it extends out more to other buildings and the parking garage. I didn't feel like making all that because it wasn't really necessary to the look. This is all connected right here. This is really the only part that matters right here. This is, you know, the look of the Fitchburg station. It's just, you know, if you're gonna make it a little more accurate, I decided to at least put the effort into extending out the structure to the hallway and the building at the end as well. So, effort is definitely worth the time because it looks good. And last but not least, we're going to be at Wachusett, the newest station on the Fitchburg branch. Right, and here we are coming up on Wachusett. So this is all high-level platform. So in order to give it that signature look, I had to put in the concrete wall. So the station does go out pretty far into like just nothing in the woods. So I'm glad there's trees around because that actually helps give it that look. But then you come down here, you know, it's lit up. You got your sheltered platform area with the seating, and that's the end of the line. So in order to get up to the street level, you come up these stairs here. You know, this is where the parking lot would be. A little more of a walkway. You can look down onto the platform. You know, take a look at it. So over here is a little bit of a waiting area for people waiting for the bus or their rides. And over here is the actual bus station itself, where you can come in and wait, sheltered from the weather. And yeah, so that's pretty easy, pretty simple. That is Wachusett, and that concludes the Fitchburg line. So next I will be doing the Lowell line, so stay tuned for that. I'll release that in about a week.